What's up, everybody? So we've got Big D right here up on the jack stands. We will be fitting these Fox 2.5s in the front now. We did the rear. I didn't make a video about it because it was a very long, frustrating day. But this is going to be even more extensive because front ends, especially IFS, just have so much going on. And we got to make sure that we're covering every corner. But we've got Barnes four-wheel drive shock towers. They're made out of 1/4 inch, which is pretty hefty. I'm going to be cutting the shock mounts off of the frame. That way we can get ready to fit and weld those Barnes ones on. But what's also interesting is our lower control arm has mounts by way of like fork on the bottom of the shock. And so I'm going to have to actually fabricate a shock end to be able to go onto that lower control arm. So that's going to be a little interesting to make. What's hanging me up? I got it.
Technician, Matthew.
I'm going to be taking this shock off. I'm going to be cutting this hoop off. The passenger side is going to be a whole lot easier than the driver's side. But passenger side, we're going to be able to move these AC lines maybe a little bit. But for the most part, it's just going to be coming straight up. It's going to be right about here is where the new shock hoop is going to be. So we're looking 6-8 inches of difference. But the main thing that's getting in the way is this bracket that's underneath the master or the Hydro Boost. So this bracket here. Okay, so what we're gonna do is I already cleared off some of the metal. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put just 3/16 strap metal, and we're gonna build it going up and over, and then we're gonna lop this off, and then that'll give us the extra 3 or so inches that's sticking up right there. That way the shock mount and the shock hoop and the shock can go a little bit higher. So all of this is open now, so we should be in pretty good shape. It's looking like we're gonna have to build the fork kind of coming at an angle, so not just a straight fork. It's not gonna be straight on both sides. Alright, so we are going to box it in and stuff, and I still have yet to drill the holes, but this is what we're looking at for our fork that goes into the bottom of the shock. So it's just gonna kick the shock backwards a little bit and then to the front, toward the front. That way it's clearing this right side of the A-arm right here, because that's the area that was getting pretty close. All right, so we finished plugging the shock tower in. We welded it, we gusseted it, made sure this thing is attached pretty well, and that's what she looks like. Custom shock fork there to kind of kick the shaft in a different angle. Yeah, it just barely misses that upper control arm just by a little bit. Comes all the way up. This is at full extension here. We still have a good inch or so of play in the shock, so we don't have to worry about bottoming out. There is no bump stop, so that's higher than it's ever gonna go. And then if we drop it, we're gonna drop it slowly, and I'll show you the clearance on the upper control arm. Onto the passenger side. We're going to be able to mount this a little bit differently. On the driver side, we had to put that back plate right in the front here, but this time, since we have more space, it's open, just this AC line kind of in the way. We're gonna be able to take it and we're gonna be able to bring it up and on top, and I'll actually be able to weld it on each side, which is kind of nice. But yeah, it's actually gonna kind of hook it, and so that back plate will be gone. It'll be kind of resting on the top here, and then we'll have these two teeth coming down, and then that's where we'll attach. We measured it out, but it's gonna come up and then directly sideways, and we're gonna just cut this whole back plate off. Alright, now it's time to cycle it. That's full extension, that's full. It's maxing out the bump stop, and we still got an extra inch or so. And then on our way down, misses the shock entirely. Time to put it back together. Oops. Great. Alright, so we've got the fenders on. I'm gonna have to route the hose and the reservoir somewhere in the engine bay. I don't know yet. Okay, Please turn on. Ooh. All right, guys, shocks are in. I've been driving on the road for about 20 minutes. Just little bumps and stuff in the road. It's definitely feeling very springy. So I definitely think they're too stiff because they are on the lowest setting on the adjusters. So I definitely think I'm gonna have to get these tuned, but this is how I fit Fox 2.5s in my GMC Yukon. I am definitely not a professional, but I seem to make it happen somehow. So eventually I'm gonna have to take these out and have them get tuned for the weight of this thing. But other than that, I'm happy. I did it, you know. I impressed myself once again. Adventure friends are going home.